how to rake it in your email marketing and the mistakes you're making that are causing you to lose a small fortune in email if you do email marketing. All right, Marlon Sanders here. If you do not have my free report, how I sold 70,000 products online, you can go to marlonsnews.com and it'll pop up, marlonsnews.com. And it's a free, very, very much in-depth report on how I sold 70,000 products online. Get it because you'll learn something from it. All right, now, today I wrote a newsletter for, which is my MMM newsletter. I write it every Saturday. And the topic was about email marketing. I want to share with you a couple things that I wrote about in there. Number one is email marketing is still a stalwart of this business. Like the number one thing that converts is email. It's not social media. It's not other things. Email is still the way that you make your sales. Now, there are people, if you want to be on chat all the time and close sales over chat, you can do that and close really great. But for the most part, email is still the backbone of this business, right? But there's mistakes that people make. Number one is giving up on the sale too soon. So you launch a product. Day one, hey, I launched this product. Go look at it. Day two, yeah, it's still launched. It's still open. The cart's open. Go check it out. Day three, hey, how come you haven't gone to check out the cart? It's open. I said it was open. OPEN, open. Go check it out now, right? And then day four, like, is something wrong, buddy? I did this product for you. You haven't gone over and checked it out. Like, click now. It's not a very effective email sequence, right? And yeah, so that's kind of what some email degrades into. Second mistake. So there's no plan for emails. This is very, very, very common, right? Second mistake, and giving up too soon, right? Because there's no plan. So people just give up too soon. Okay, well, I'm just going to close it. The second mistake is being boring. You got to inject personality into your emails. This is something that I need to do a lot more of. Haven't been doing it, but especially today, I think with all the emails there are, you need to stand out a little bit, put a little bit of personality into it. If you don't have a personality, go buy a book on Amazon called How to Have a Personality. But you got to put some personality, I think, into your emails. Keep it interesting. Make it fun to read or interesting to read, right? Number three is not putting enough time and attention into writing the emails. I mean, we're all busy. We're all freaking busy. I will often just grab a headline, stick it in an email, send it. This is not the optimal way to send email, right? This is okay if you're doing a one-off promotion. But if you have something that's a higher premium product to sell, a mid-ticket or a big ticket or something, you're not going to make your sales that way, right? And so you've got to think at a higher level and have a real plan, a real plan for your emails, and put time and attention into writing them. And now this is a challenge because this is a commitment, because writing a good email is a lot different than writing a short email. There's a substantial difference there. One requires planning. The other one doesn't require any planning, right? But one requires planning. So if you're joining us on the live stream here, welcome. We're just talking about the biggest mistakes people make in email marketing, what you have to do to really crush it with email marketing. And one of the mistakes that I've seen is too much emphasis on urgency, which is easy to do because urgency works fantastic, but maybe not enough building of value. So this comes from not pre-planning the emails. So then you have too much emphasis on buy now, buy now, buy now, buy now. Go watch the webinar, go watch the webinar, go watch the webinar, go watch the webinar. And there's no educational sell. And definitely scarcity and pushing people in urgency works, but I think it's a much better approach if you have a structured email sequence, you know, where you lead people through this. And again, I wrote how to do this today in my MMM. It's available at resellertoolkit.com/MMM system if you're not a subscriber. That's resellertoolkit.com/MMM, like Marlon's marketing method, MMM system. And you can subscribe and be getting my newsletters. But what I noticed about myself was I didn't plan out sequences of emails. I tend to just send single emails, or if I send multiple ones, still I didn't really plan out a sequence, and I didn't make them educational enough, in my opinion. Right now, this is very different because I mean, there's a million and one attitudes and theories and approaches to email marketing. There's the storytelling approach. You're very familiar with it. A lot of people famous for the storytelling approach. There's the just bang out offers all the time approach. We're real familiar with that approach, right? Um, uh, so there's different approaches, but you don't really see very many educational approaches. Educational marketing is old school. That goes way, way, way back, right? But there's a really solid foundation in it and why it works. Because the consumer's here and you want them to be here. It's a bit of an educational process to move them along there. Now, I always had the attitude that, well, I'm just going to send a short email because all I want is the click. You get more clicks when you send short emails, no doubt about it. And I'll let the sales page do the selling. But the problem with that is I'm not going to create a new page every time I send an email. I'm just going to be sending them the same old page. So there's no real educational marketing going on other than the one video sales letter, the one sales letter, the one webinar, right? And that's not really optimal. So that's why I think a little bit of a longer email that does a little bit more education is good. And again, I go in depth and show examples of it and everything. Like I showed how I would write an email sequence for somebody selling a product called How to Make a Mint Selling Funky Hats on Amazon. And I do a little mock sequence of emails for it, right? This is very powerful. It says your email marketing is really the backbone of your business, and it's very powerful. So listen, you all have a great day. Thank you for being on. If you watch live, type live. Watch your replay, type replay. Watch the bidder in, type bidder in. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you. I'll probably pop on a little bit on Sunday. Bye for now.